Mama, Coach Steph here, and today I'm going to take you through a lower body workout that you can do anywhere, whether it's at home or at a gym or even in the park, because all you're going to need is your mat. And as a strength and conditioning coach, I know that there are three components to a great lower body workout. That is a squat exercise, a hinge exercise, and a lunge exercise. So we're going to do all three of those components in today's workout. As well, we're going to throw in some core and some mobility. So to get us started today, we're going to do a Tabata style of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. We're going to rotate through three different exercises. So what I'd like you to do is get situated on your mat, and you can sit down on your bum. And from here, we're going to spread our feet about hip-width distance apart. Now, we're going to start to windshield wiper our feet from side to side. So with this, we like to keep our chest up. Our hands are placed behind us for support. As well, you can have your hands beside your hips if that's more comfortable. So we're just going to rock our hips side to side, getting some circulation and blood flow to our hip joint. That's 20 seconds, so let's roll over onto our knees and hands. Place our palms under our shoulders, our knees under our hips. And we're going to go through some cat-cow. So we're going to tuck our chin, round through our upper back, and tuck our tailbone. And then leading with the tailbone, lifting it to the sky as we drop our chest and bring our chin up. Now this is a nice slow movement, so we want to inhale as we lift and exhale as we drop through the belly. One more big breath in and up, and exhale, coming down. Now let's take our feet nice and wide. We're going to set up for some lateral lunges, so some inner thigh mobility, okay? So let's go nice and deep, bending into our knee on our right leg, feeling that stretch through the left side, straightening that leg, and then switching, so lunging into the opposite side, and really just taking your time here with your hands on the mat, alternating back and forth. One more time each side. And let's get set up now back to those windshield wipers. We're going to switch it up a bit and bring our hips and knees to 90-degree angles for 90-90 transitions. So I'm going to lean forward over my calf here. I'm going to rotate and then lead into the other calf. As I do this, I'm really focused on pressing my knee into the ground as I push up. And that's going to get a little bit of hip and back mobility going. So you might feel a little stiffness or tightness, that's okay. But again, this is something that we really want to work into. One more each side. And let's switch back into that cat-cow tabletop position. So coming back, and let's again tuck our chin round through the spine, really working through some mobility here. Taking our time to go through one vertebrae at a time. One more time through. And coming back to that wide stance, supported lateral lunge. So bending deep into the leg here, feeling that stretch, walking our hands to the other leg, and feeling the stretch on the opposite side. And as we do this again, use your hands for support, but try to keep your feet planted. If you need to go a little bit narrower, that's okay. If you need to go a little bit wider, that's okay too. Last one. And coming back down, let's finish last round with those 90-90 transitions. So 90-degree angles at our knees, hips, and ankles, leaning forward and switching. And if you've had a cesarean, use your hands here. We want to make sure we feel super supported through our torso. If you have been doing some abdominal training and you want to do this and try this without your hands, you can feel free to do that as well. And notice how that changes this exercise and how you feel it. One more. Awesome. Last time, cat-cow. So back into that tabletop position. Tucking the chin, let's round through. And eyes up to the sky. Going back and forth through this motion. And just warming up the spine. Now you know how it feels. Work into it if you want to add some lateral movement. Feel free. Awesome. And last time, let's go for that lateral lunge. If you're feeling up to it, you can actually come to standing and lunge nice and deep into that leg. Pressing up, lunging to the other side. Now that you're nice and warm, if this isn't available to you, feel free to keep your hands on the mat, but for those of you who want a little bit harder of an option, here you go. One more each side. Last one. And awesome. Grab a drink. We're going to go through an EMOM. So every minute on the minute, we're going to rotate through 3 different exercises. The first is a mobility squat. So you're going to get into a squat stance, and for everyone that looks a little bit different, but try to keep your feet just outside the hips. We're going to reach our hips back, and we're going to pull our butt down to the ground, using our hands under our toes to allow us to do that, and then we'll stand back up. So hinging, and then squatting, coming back up to stand. The next thing we're going to do is a bear crawl. So a bear crawl, we're going to use the length of our mat. There's a few different ways we can do a bear crawl, and we're going to rotate through each of them. The first one is going to be a wide straight leg. So planting our hands down and thinking about grabbing the ground, grabbing your mat with your hands as you try to press your whole foot into the ground below you. So we're going to move up and down our mat, nice and slow and controlled for 1 minute. If you want something harder, you can always grab dumbbells and use those as additional weight. The last exercise we're going to do is a reverse tabletop. So switching onto our butt, feet are hip width distance apart. Ideally, fingers pointing to our heels. We're going to press and squeeze our glutes, lifting up and then coming back down. I'm going to change it up, make it a little bit harder each round, but essentially that's what we're going for. For all of the exercises, I want you to inhale right before you start and then exhale as you contract the muscle for that work part of the exercise. Okay, so let's get started. Starting with the mobility squats, we're going to go with a regular squat stance, feet just outside of the hips. In 3, 2, 1, we're going to hinge, grab for those toes, pull our butt down to the mat, and then exhale to stand up. Nice big inhale as we reach. Keep inhaling to pull down, and then exhale, coming up. Now we can make this a little bit more interesting. As we inhale, I want you to hold at the bottom and really drive the elbows inside of those knees. So really pressing out, opening up through the hips. And then when you're ready, standing all the way up from that squat. Let's keep going like that for a few more. Inhale to pull, exhale, pressing up. Last one. And coming up, let's get set up for that bear crawl. So coming to the end of your mat, we're going to plant our hands and let's walk up the mat. As we do this, again, pressing our heels into our mat, into the ground, really gripping through the hands, and moving back and forth while breathing at a normal pace. So this is one where you don't want to hold your breath, you don't want to come up on your fingertips at all. We really just want to ground down, but you are welcome to growl like a mama bear if you wish. And again, feet are nice and wide. I'm going about as wide as my mat. So I'm giving my hamstrings a little bit of a stretch, but really focusing on those calves. One more length up. Awesome. Now let's drop those knees. let's come down onto our butt. Again, fingers pointed towards the heels or out to the side. Feet hip-width distance apart. Inhaling at the bottom and exhale, press as we come up. And then inhale back down. Exhale to come up. Few more like this. We're going to aim for about 12 each set. Awesome. Last one. All right, grab a quick sip of water. You've got about 10 seconds. We're going to start back from the top with that mobility squat. This time we're going to take it a little bit wider, okay? So a little bit wider than hip width. In 3, 2, 1, reaching back. Grab those toes, pull your hips down, driving those elbows inside the knees, opening up as we stand. Inhaling to lower. Nice controlled exhale, lifting the pelvic floor as we do this. So don't worry about squeezing your glutes super duper hard. It's more about trying to exhale starting from the bottom of your torso up. Okay, that nice controlled breathing. We should be moving with our breath here. Nice work, we got this. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. All right, let's move into that bear crawl. Now I want you to go straight leg and narrow. So we're going to move up and down our mats, and this is going to be a hamstring exercise now. So you're definitely going to feel this in the back of your legs as you move back and forth, okay? So don't worry if it's a little extra stretch. It shouldn't be painful, but you're definitely gonna feel it in behind at the back of the legs, down maybe into the calves, really trying to get those heels back to the ground, just like we've done before. And again, planting those palms, pushing through the shoulders. My fingers here are nice and wide. Widening my base of support through the hands so I have lots of space and room to push. All right, last time, going backwards. And let's drop those knees down, coming to that reverse tabletop. So now, from our reverse tabletop, we're going to exhale, squeeze and lift. And if you can, I'd like you to extend one leg and then come back down. Inhale as you do that, and then exhale, lift, and lift the opposite leg. So we're adding a leg lift here, making it a little bit harder. If this is too much, but you want to try the progression, you can always go heel tap. Okay, so that way your glutes still working. We're still engaged, pressing through the floor. But it's not going to be that full leg lift where we're supported only on the one leg. Nice work. Let's do one more each. And setting up for our last round, so coming back up to standing. This time we're going to go sumo style. So nice and wide. Let's hinge and let's grab as wide as we can go, but making sure that we're really pushing our knees out over the toes. So here I'm still not lifting up at all with my heels. I'm more so thinking about driving through the middle of my foot, making sure those heels are down and engaged in the floor, using every part of my foot to push. All right, so let's keep going. Nice, almost there. We've got 3 more, okay? So work on that breath. Inhale to come down, exhale, coming up. You got this. Inhale. overhead crawl. So this is where our knees are bent. We're thinking about just hovering them above our mats as we go down and back. And this is a lot of core, so if you're not there yet, you know what your other two options are. We've already done them. Working through those ones, but if you're ready, you can come to the knee hover. Good work. Keep going. We've got another 20 seconds here, okay? Let's do it. Push through. We're almost there. Good job. Breathe. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Let's come down to that reverse tabletop. This time, let's try to extend the legs. Modification is bent leg again. Inhale and exhale. Pressing through the heels, coming all the way up. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, push through those arms, squeeze the glutes and press. And really keep those toes and feet together here. We really want to think about engaging the inner thighs as opposed to letting the legs fall out to the side. Almost there, 30 more seconds. That's about 6 reps. Nice and controlled with the breath as we come up and squeeze. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. And last one. Come on down, great job. Okay, so grab a quick sip of water again. We've got one last thing to do, and it's going to be a Tabata. So we've got some lunges, we've got some balance hinge exercises, and then we're going to finish with a modified plank hold, okay? So the first thing that we're gonna do is a stationary lunge. So stepping a foot back, we wanna make sure we're not overstepping. So if I think about 1, 2 feet distance, that's exactly where we wanna be, and you can shimmy your foot back if that's more comfortable. Here I want us to think about engaging the glutes so we have a neutral pelvic bowl, that it's not tipped forward, or that we're not trying to suck it in and it's tipped back, okay? So just a little small squeeze of the glutes will help us keep that neutral bowl. Arms are gonna come out in front. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're gonna come down, kiss that knee to the ground, and come back up. Now, when we do this, if our heel lifts, or if we find we're really wobbly, if our heel lifts, we need to really push through that front heel more or move it forward just a little bit. If we're really wobbly, make sure that your feet are hip width distance. So a lot of times we do the tightrope, okay? Think about drawing a line on your mat and moving that foot in that line. You can even widen your base if needed, okay? The next exercise is an RDL. We're gonna do one leg, and it's gonna be a balance exercise. So we're gonna plant our foot, okay? And from here, our opposite leg is going to extend a bit. So I'm gonna come up almost on my toe. I can either stay here and reach my hips back, or if you've got good balance, we can actually try extending that leg back all the way and coming back down. We're going to do about 6 on one side, and then we're going to switch and try the other. So again, if your balance isn't super great today, we can just reach that hip back. If you want to try something harder, reaching and leading with that heel, keeping the chest shining forward the entire time. So we're never going to round forward. Last but not least, we have a modified plank hold. So this can be done against a wall, or we're just going to do it from a modified tabletop. So coming from our knees and hands position, we're going to walk the knees back and together, and we're going to squeeze our bum here and hold. So we've got this hollow body position, and we're just going to breathe into that. If that's uncomfortable, you can put your hands up on a wall or an elevated surface like a chair, bench, or stairs. Okay? So let's do this Tabata style. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, 3 rounds to finish. We got this starting with the reverse lunges. So setting that foot up, back behind us, ready, and let's come down. Exhale to come up, okay? Nice little kiss of the knee. We don't want to bang it hard on the floor. You can also roll your mat under if you need a little extra cushion. Down and up. Good work, 10 seconds. Last have 10 seconds here, getting our opposite foot set up. Sometimes I even tell people to switch sides, just so they're planted in the same position. Ready? Let's come down, kiss, and come back up. You got this. Don't forget about your breath. Don't forget about this heel staying in contact with the floor the entire time. Engaging through the glutes so we're not arching. And rest. Setting up for that RDL. Picking a leg. 3, 2, 1. See if we can control that leg lift and come back with control. My hands are on my waist here. If you have a chair nearby and you just want to use it for balance, you're more than welcome to do something like that, or even hands in front as a counterbalance. A lot of people find that helpful. Last one. Good. Let's switch. So 10 seconds here. Ground through that foot. Spread the toes nice and wide. Find your balance point. We haven't even lifted the foot yet, but we're getting ready. Set. Let's go. Lift the heel and come back. Focus on something in front of you that's not moving. That's always the best advice I can give with this exercise. 2 more. Last one. Awesome. Modified plank. Let's go into that tabletop nice and quick. Walk those knees back just a hair. Squeeze and hold here. So I'm creating that hollow shape. My hips are not dropping. I'm also not pushing my butt back. I'm squeezing my glutes here, relaxing through the feet, but I'm really pressing through those hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back up. One more round of that. So pick a leg for those lunges. Let's go. Hands on hips. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, back up. You're crushing it. Try to get through the full range of motion. We always want to tap that knee down. We've got one more here. Awesome. Feet together, set your other foot up. Make sure we're hip width distance, starting in 3, 2, 1, coming down. And up and again, ensuring that those hips are level. So my glutes are engaged before I even start going down. 2 more. Last one. Awesome. Okay, Romanian deadlift. Pick a leg. Let's challenge the balance. Coming all the way back and up to standing. Inhaling. As we reach that foot back, exhaling to stand. 2 more. Last one on this leg. And switch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend. And exhale to come up. Two more. Last one. And last time, hopping down to the mat for that modified plank. So palms under the shoulders, walk those knees back, squeeze and hold here for 20 seconds to finish. You can do it. Keep breathing, keep holding. 10 seconds left. You got this. Squeeze those glutes, press through those palms for 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. I'm so proud of you. That was such a great workout. You should be so proud of yourself. For our cool down, we're just going to do a nice, easy stretch on our mat. So if you want, you can grab your water. We're going to head into a seated position. tucking our foot in, or you can leave it out, it's up to you. And we're just going to square up to our foot and we're going to lean forward for a nice hamstring stretch. We did a lot of hamstrings today, so we want to make sure we stretch out the back of our legs. If you'd like, you can also pull on the toes just gently as long as that knee stays straight, and you're going to feel that stretch through your calves. Inhale, coming up, and I'm going to exhale, squaring off to the other side and coming down and forward, stretching my opposite hamstring here. And just breathing through this, enjoying the stretch. We did so much work today. You're going to be sore, but that's okay. Inhale, coming up. Now for our glutes, we're going to cross one leg over the other. I like to either give my leg a hug, or you can also bring your elbow to the outside and do a little gentle twist. This will also be great for your spine and your core. So whichever option you prefer, go ahead and do that now. But breathe into this, and as we inhale, we're going to lengthen our spine, and as we exhale, we're just going to twist a little bit deeper behind us. You can turn your head if you like. I always enjoy looking, seeing how far I can look behind me. And last inhale, lift, exhale, twist. Gently coming back to center, we're going to extend that leg and switch. So our opposite leg crosses over. Again, you can hug that leg in, or you can plant and press through that tricep to lengthen, and exhaling as we twist. Nice work. We're going to do 3 more breaths here just like that. Inhale and exhale, twist. 2 more. Lengthen and twist. And last time, lengthen and twist. Coming back to center, extend those legs. I'm so proud of you again. Thank you so much for doing this workout with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned. Check out my other videos for some upper body and core workouts.